Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to my review of Dark Days, the third Coal Chamber album. We're celebrating the 20th anniversary of it today. Coal Chamber can be easily described as the embodiment of that meme where the child asks, "Mom, can we have corn at home?" "But son, we have corn at home." Corn at home. Coal Chamber. This band never had any identity. The tension between the vocalist and the guitarist contributed to the more darker tone of this album and eventually led to their demise. But at least thanks to that we've got Devil Driver, which is a better band than Coal Chamber for sure. I first heard Coal Chamber music in like 2008. When I first heard them, they were already disbanded. After a while they came back and released a new album called Rivals, which was actually nice. Here's my usual setup. When it comes to the production, Dark Days is tight as hell. The bass is amazing in the mix, the guitars are punchy, very corny-like. The drummer is always on point and has some amazing groove. The vocals are a mixed bag, it depends on the song. The message of the record is personal, mostly it's about struggles within the band or failed friendships, things like that. The structure of all the songs is pretty basic, but it's still more advanced than their first record. The opener, Fiend, is the only single, it has a music video. The instruments are nice, there are some cool changes here and there. The vocals are not good. Of course the screaming is on point, but every time Des does this weird "my life" or something, I just cannot stand it. It brings down the score of this song for me, because without this clean singing that is really weird and not in a good way like in Deftones, I wouldn't replay it, so 6 out of 10. Glow is slightly better, it has good vocals, it was featured in the Scorpion King movie. I wouldn't skip this song, it has really nice verses. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Watershed has some really boring instruments. It has too many repetitive sections, and also the vocals again have that cringy, clean singing vibe that I don't like. I would skip this song, I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. If you have watched the terrible movie that is Resident Evil from 2002, you might remember the song Something Taught Me, because it played during the end credits. Nice instrumental, the vocals are fine, the only bad thing is the repetition, but it's a good song, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Dark Days is a banger, has some amazing vocals, the instrumental is on fire, everything clicks in this song. This is Coal Chamber at their best. 10 out of 10. Alienate Me is probably the worst song on the record. It has very bad instruments, it's so just boring, repetitive. I don't even remember how this song sounded, and I've listened to it like 20 minutes ago. 4 out of 10. We are not going to talk about it. One Step is again a pretty good song, similar to Glow and Something Taught Me. It has the same problem as those songs, the repetition. I have no idea how many times I'm going to repeat the phrase "the songs are repetitive." Friend is definitely the highlight of this album, the most heavy and crazy song. Has the best vocal performance. I think this is the best Coal Chamber song ever written. I also think that this song Des wrote about the guitarist, like he really hates him, which is hilarious because the guitarist is playing on this song. It's ironic, but this track is a certified banger, a classic. 11 out of 10. Rowboat is another highlight of the record. And I have a interesting story about this song. It's a cover of the band Flood. The Flood released their first and only album in 1997. It was similar to the music of Helmut, stuff like that. And you might not know this, but Cold Chamber, for some reason, did not disclose the fact that this is a cover, which makes me think Cold Chamber stole this song and didn't want to share the credit with the original band. Maybe they just didn't bother or didn't care. This cover is nice, it's more heavy than the original song, but I still prefer the original. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Drove gives me some Roots vibe from the band Sepultura. It has that primal feeling, I really enjoy it. Again, the only problem is the repetition. Everything else is fine. I would give it 8 out of 10. Empty Jar is more of a weird song, has a lot of mellow parts that try to build this creepy atmosphere. I really dig it. I don't know why he's singing about an empty jar, but you know, people are weird. 8 out of 10. Backcount ends the standard version of the album. It has amazing instrumental. I really dig the chorus, the verses. The vocals are good too, but the lyrics are so cringy. My god, it's like someone from elementary school wrote it, or middle school, you know. He's singing, I'm a fuck up, you're a fuck up, let's be fuck ups together. I mean, what are you doing, man? You are an adult, you are 30 years old, what are you doing here? Still, I really enjoy everything else about this song, so I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Now, on the limited edition we have 2 bonus tracks, Anxiety and Save Yourself. These songs are not awful, but they are not good either. I would skip them both, and if I had to buy this album, I would buy the version that doesn't have them. So let's go back to the entire record. Consistency is various. On one hand you have great tracks like Friend, Dark Days, and on the other hand you have Watershed, Alienate Me. This is not great stuff. You can listen through the entire album and you're not going to skip a track, but you are going to be disappointed with some of the songs. I would replay this album for sure. You're probably going to listen to this stuff when you're really angry about something and not when you're emotionally stable. It's a good album. It's my favorite from this band. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or maybe dislike. Tell me, what do you think about this album? Have you enjoyed it? Do you think it's the most heavy in their discography? I would love to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.